All right, hello wine-drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and our good friends from Antinori Vineyards were in. Champagne Wayne without any champagne. So is he still Champagne Wayne if he doesn't have champagne? Anyways, our good friend that works for Antinori. And Haras de Pirque was up first, and this is Antinori's property in Chile, which he is now the sole owner of. The Antinori family, 600 years of winemaking history, taking over the world of wine. Pretty much everywhere that there is fine wine made on the earth today. Probably even China. He's got a project. I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past Piero Antinori and his three daughters now taking over the property and doing a pretty damn good job. I have to say these wines were all very good. And you look at Antinori, he covers all the price points and makes outstanding quality wines for the money. This Sauvignon Blanc, Brown Riserva, had a nice amount of that green peppercorn kind of note to the melon and papaya fruit on the nose. Pretty floral notes and kind of herbal highlights there as well. Bright and fresh on the tongue with a lovely white grapefruit, citrus, green melon fruit, a nice tangy finish. Something we love about Sauvignon Blanc. Leaves the tongue salivating for food, a light briny note there for $10.50. We have this wine in the store. We have other wines from Haras de Pirque also. Some of the best values you'll find in that $10 category. Well, some of the only things in the store in the $10 category from Chile here. Next up, the Antinori Cervaro della Sala. This is from his estate in Umbria. In addition to being all over the world, he's also all over Italy, and one of the best Chardonnays made in Italy. This wine's got a nice bit of toasty oak spice here, vanilla, nutmeg, cinnamon, to the lemon drop candy fruits. A bit like a Chassagne Montrachet, and a nice flinty nuance coming out on the second day. This wine very polished and elegant on the tongue with that lovely lemon drop candy, citrus, and tongue-tingly minerality and that decadent oak spice on the finish. $49.50, excellent juice. The Villa Antinori up next, and we had two vintages. It's nice to see these wines back-to-back. It's pretty much the same blend, Sangiovese, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Syrah. And about 10 years ago, they took the Chianti label off this wine and just called it an IGT from Tuscany. And Antinori, one of the few people who had the balls, the cojones, to do that, because most people would have lost a lot of market share. But this is a great little wine, a nice little entry into the Chianti region, but a modern style because of the Syrah and Merlot, and of course Cabernet Sauvignon. And the 11, much more forward and fruity. The 10, showing the structure and the depth of that vintage, even in this entry-level style Chianti. This wine had a lot more earthy notes to it, kind of mushroom nuance, dark cocoa, tobacco spice to that dark cherry berry fruit. A big chewy wine on the palate with excellent structure and depth here. This wine showing some tannins on the finish. And like I said, that nice structure and depth of the 2010 vintage. The 11, much more forward and fruity. The nose very different. Didn't have that earthy component or nearly as much of it. And soft, silky tannins, a little lighter style. But both of these wines good. I gave the edge out to the 2010 just because I like that style better. If you like a shorter finish with more fruit, the 2011 may be for you. And then the Tenuta Guado Tasso il Boccato, not this Guado al Tasso, which is their top wine and one of the top wines made in Bulgaria. This is the entry level, which you're starting to see a lot of stuff coming out of Bulgaria now in that under $30 category, and just an excellent value if you like Bordeaux-style wines, a blend of Cabernet Merlot and Syrah. Lovely dark currant and cassis-like fruit with dark chocolate, mocha, damp black earth. Nice complexity here on the nose with a good amount of that ripe plum and cherry fruit showing through on the tongue with notes of dark chocolate spice, some loamy, earthy character there. Smooth tannins, a lovely balance in this wine. And like I said, $27, a really good little bottle of Bordeaux-style blend from Bulgaria. Then up the Marchese Antinori Chianti Classico Riserva 2009, which this is a really forward and juicy vintage, a blend of 10% Cabernet Sauvignon thrown in with a Sangiovese here, giving the wine a little more structure, a good amount of ripe cherry and plum fruit here with some dried herbs, spice, fresh floral notes. This wine's got a good amount of that sweet berry fruit here on the tongue with a host of that fresh earth and mushroom nuance that you get from Tuscan wines. And good grip on the palate. This wine's got nice balance and excellent Chianti Classico Riserva at $27. And then a wine that we can't talk about because it's on premise only, which is something that doesn't exist in certain states, like New York, for instance. They said, no, everybody can have it if it's in the state, which I guarantee this will be all over the internet for sale everywhere in the country within 6 months, but it was just released. Right now, it is nowhere. You look this wine up. There's one guy in New York that's got it, and one guy in Chino in California that's got it for $15. A really nice little wine. The first year, 2012, a blend of Sangiovese, Syrah, and Merlot. And this wine's just very forward and seductive. light red berry fruit, fresh herbs, little milk chocolate notes, really smooth and drinkable. A really nice little crowd pleaser at under $15. Look for it in your local restaurants here in South Florida very soon. All right, that's what we had to drink with our friend Champagne Wayne. Without any champagne, I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.